Charles, I want you to explain to, well, not the leapfrog. It's not like the leapfrog. It's totally different. I want you to explain to Geronimo and Andy what is the importance of leaning in a motorcycle in a turn and not turning the wheel into the direction of the turn and actually counter turning. Do you do it when you coast into the turn, or do you do it in every turn, or do you when you go into a big turn on a motorcycle?
You must
Street bike.
You must lean, stay parallel with the bike, stay aligned with the bike at all times. Because if you try to go up, you're taking the bike off center, and so you must always be aligned with the bike. If the bike is down, you're down. You can't go up. You can't go past. You can't turn beyond the bike's lean. You must just stay with the bike, become one with the bike, or you're in trouble. You go down.
So, counter steering, when you try to lean into the bike and you kind of actually have to turn the wheel the opposite way. You do that in high speeds. You know what I mean? You don't turn into the turn. You gotta. It's called a counter turn. Where they lean the wheel forward. Opposite way. I think you have that with ninjas.
I think it's with dirt bike riding.
I think it's with ninjas myself.
I think it's with off-road bikes sometimes in mud conditions. You might try something like that. But that's when your back wheel is spinning and you're maintaining balance using the front, and you're judging opposite the flow of the bike. But on road, you shouldn't be in a position to need to do that. On the road, you should just be a straight rider. I'm
lean and no turns really, just lean, kind of lean into the. When you go into a turn like Institute, going down the hill real quick, you lean the bike over and keep it straight, right? You don't turn the wheel. You don't crank the wheel into the turn like that.
You turn a little bit, but that'll make the bike dip down.
You must wobble, speed wobble if you go too far.
Yeah, you can't take sharp turns at high speed. Period.
Right.
It doesn't do that. It doesn't work that way.
These kids up the street were talking. They were riding a bike, looked a lot like an old Rebel, but bigger. I don't know what model it was. And he wrecked it, not counter turning. He turned into the turn, and they said it started speed wobbling, threw him down to the ground. And then Andy and Geronimo started discussing that, and they couldn't come to terms on it. Andy believes that counter turning is only when you're coasting. Geronimo thinks you should counter turn in every turn. And I was like, wait till Jake gets here and he'll tell you what's true.
No, you turn with the bike, you lean with the bike, you stay aligned with the bike. This counter steering is basically what you see on racetracks or on motocross when you've got very little traction. When you have very little traction, that's when the back of the bike is doing its own thing, and the best connection you have to the surface, the road surface, is with your front, and so you're maintaining a balance with the front wheel, because the back wheel is doing its own thing. But I mean, that's for very challenging riding. That's not for everyday ride to the Kroger's type of riding. So that's what I would say. This counter steering thing, it's trick riding, and if you're not experienced, you don't need to be doing no trick riding. It doesn't make sense.